How much do we truly know about the food we consume daily? This question may seem simple, yet it hides a complex reality about our modern food production and consumption. The shelves of our grocery stores are filled with a kaleidoscope of products, their bright packaging promising us delicious meals and nutritious ingredients. But behind the scenes, there's a different story unfolding. More and more of our food is genetically modified, engineered in labs to withstand pests, diseases, or to simply grow faster and bigger. While this might seem like a boon, increasing our food supply and feeding more mouths, there's a flip side. These genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are a relatively new invention. Our bodies have evolved over millions of years to digest natural foods, and the long-term effects of consuming these engineered ingredients remain largely unknown. Some studies even suggest potential health risks, from allergies to organ damage. And then there's the matter of taste. Many people argue that these modified foods just don't taste the same as their natural counterparts. But with the growing dominance of GMOs, finding natural organic foods is becoming increasingly challenging and expensive. Beyond the genetic modifications, let's not forget the prophecies of future famines. With climate change and population growth, food production is under increasing pressure. The cost of food is rising, and it's predicted to keep going up. These aren't just doomsday prophecies. They're economic forecasts based on current trends. So where does all this leave us, the consumers? Are we just supposed to accept this state of affairs? Well, not necessarily. There's a growing movement of people who are taking matters into their own hands, literally. They're turning to their backyards, their balconies, even their windowsills to grow their own food. Perhaps it's time that we consider growing our own food as well. By doing so, we can control what goes into our food and how it's grown. We can reduce our reliance on the global food supply and perhaps even save some money. But most importantly, we can reconnect with nature and the simple joy of growing something with our own hands. Let's start our journey in the Northeast. This region, with its distinct seasons, offers a rich tapestry for food gardening. The soil, often loamy and well-drained, is a haven for a variety of crops. When it comes to the easiest foods to grow, think leafy greens like spinach and kale. They're hardy, quick to mature, and can handle the cooler spring and fall temperatures. For the warmer months, tomatoes and zucchinis are summer staples that flourish in northeastern gardens. Don't forget about the perennial herbs. Chives, thyme, and mint will keep coming back year after year, providing a constant supply of fresh flavor for your kitchen. Now, if you're looking for the best foods to grow, apples and blueberries take the cake. These robust fruits are well suited to the Northeast's climate, and there's nothing quite like the taste of a crisp apple or sweet blueberry picked fresh from your own garden. With a little bit of effort, anyone in the Northeast can have a thriving garden. Next stop, the southern states. The South boasts a warm climate, which is a boon for food gardeners. Tomatoes, peppers, okra, and sweet potatoes are some of the best foods to grow here. They thrive in the heat and yield an abundant harvest. But don't be fooled into thinking the South is just about these heat-loving plants. You can also grow a wide variety of greens, including collard and mustard, which are not only easy to grow, but are also a staple in Southern cuisine. If you're looking for something that grows quickly, try radishes. These little gems can be ready to harvest in as little as 3 weeks. Now that's fast food, and it's not just about what you can grow, but when. Thanks to the South's mild winters, you can have a productive garden almost all year round. In the South, the garden possibilities are endless. On to the heartland, the Midwest. A region known for its fertile soil and varying climate, the Midwest serves as a breadbasket of the nation. This region is a paradise for home gardeners, offering a rich variety of foods that can be grown with relative ease. In the Midwest, the best foods to grow include corn, soybeans, and wheat, the staples of many diets. These crops thrive in the fertile soil, soaking up the plentiful sunshine during the summer months. For those seeking simplicity, potatoes, beans, and zucchinis are among the easiest foods to cultivate. These resilient plants can withstand the region's sometimes harsh weather conditions and still produce a hearty yield. The Midwest's changing seasons also allow for a diverse array of fruits and vegetables. From delicious strawberries in the spring to crisp apples in the fall, there's always something to look forward to in your garden. The varying climate does pose challenges, but with careful planning and a little hard work, you can overcome these hurdles. In the Midwest, you can truly reap what you sow. Finally, let's head to the West. The West, with its diverse climates and soil conditions, offers an array of opportunities for food gardening. From the coastal areas of California to the high deserts of Nevada and Arizona, each region has its own unique set of challenges and advantages. Starting off with the easiest foods to grow, leafy greens such as spinach and kale are a sure bet. They're resilient, require less care, and can adapt to a variety of climates. Herbs like rosemary and thyme also thrive in the West, adding a dash of flavor to any dish. Now for the best foods to grow, think tomatoes, squash, and bell peppers. These sun-loving crops flourish in the warm, dry climates common in the West. They're also high yield, meaning more bang for your buck. Remember, the West's diverse conditions require flexibility and adaptability. Experiment with different crops and see what works best for you. In the West, the garden is your oyster. What if you don't have a garden? No problem. You can bring the garden to you. Indoor food gardening is a fantastic solution for those who live in apartments or have limited outdoor space. It is also a great way to ensure a continuous supply of fresh greens, even during the colder months. Let's start with the best vegetables to grow indoors. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and lettuce are great choices. They do not require much sunlight and can be harvested repeatedly. Herbs such as basil, parsley, and rosemary are also excellent choices for indoor gardening. They add a pop of fresh flavors to your meals and can be grown in small pots on your kitchen windowsill. Root vegetables like radishes and carrots can also be grown indoors, though they require a bit more depth in their containers. And don't forget about microgreens. These are tiny, nutrient-packed versions of full-grown vegetables like cabbage, radish, and mustard. They add a burst of flavor and nutrients to salads and sandwiches, and they can be ready to harvest in as little as 2 weeks. Now, let's talk about methods. Hydroponics, the process of growing plants without soil, is a popular method for indoor gardening. It allows plants to grow faster and more densely than in soil. It's an investment, but it's worth it. Another effective method is container gardening. This involves growing plants in pots or containers. It's perfect for those with limited space, as you can move the containers around to catch the sunlight or stack them vertically to maximize your growing area. Indoor gardening is not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. It's about taking control of what you eat, knowing where your food comes from, and enjoying the satisfaction of harvesting your own produce. And the best part? You can do it all year round, regardless of the weather outside. With indoor gardening, you can grow your own food no matter where you live. So why not give it a try? Your fresh, homegrown salad is just a few weeks away. To sum it up, growing your own food is not only possible, but it's also beneficial. The journey we've been on today has taken us from the bustling Northeast, where short growing seasons and cold winters make hardy vegetables like broccoli and kale a staple, to the sunny South, where the long growing season allows for a bountiful harvest of heat-loving crops like okra and sweet potatoes. We've seen how the fertile Midwest soil can yield an abundance of corn, soybeans, and wheat, as well as a variety of fruits and vegetables. And out west, despite the arid conditions, we've discovered that with the right techniques, even water-thirsty crops like tomatoes and cucumbers can flourish. But let's not forget about the possibilities indoors. With the right equipment and a little know-how, anyone can turn a spare room or even a windowsill into a productive garden, growing everything from herbs and lettuce to peppers and tomatoes year-round. The benefits of this endeavor go far beyond the joy of digging in the dirt. There are the health benefits, for one. Fresh, homegrown produce is not only more nutritious than store-bought, but it's also free from the pesticides and genetically modified organisms that are so common in our food supply. Plus, gardening is a great way to get outside, get moving, and connect with nature. Then there's the cost savings. While there's an initial investment in seeds and supplies, over time, growing your own food can save a significant amount of money. Consider this. The average American spends over $1,000 a year on fruits and vegetables alone. That's a lot of greens. But perhaps the greatest benefit of all is the satisfaction that comes from knowing exactly where your food comes from. You've planted it, nurtured it, and harvested it with your own 2 hands. There's a sense of pride and accomplishment in that, a connection to the earth and to the cycle of life that's truly priceless. So why not start your own garden today? Your body and your wallet will thank you. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of home gardening. It's clear that regardless of where you live, there are ways to cultivate your green thumb and grow your own food. Whether you're drawn to the hardy vegetables of the Northeast, the heat-loving crops of the South, the fertile fields of the Midwest, the water-efficient gardens of the West, or the innovative indoor gardens that can thrive anywhere, there's a way for you to get involved. Remember, the benefits of home gardening go beyond the fresh, nutritious produce you'll reap. It's about connecting with nature, saving money, and gaining a sense of accomplishment from growing your own food. If you've been inspired by what you've seen and want to start your own food garden, or if you're already a home gardener, comment below with what foods you're growing. We also encourage you to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We regularly post content on how to stay fearless and prepared no matter what life throws your way. Once again, thank you for watching. We hope this video has given you the confidence to dig in and start your own food garden. Remember, every great garden starts with a single seed, so why not plant yours today? Thanks for watching and happy gardening.